Welcome back. President Trump touting his economic successes during his first year back in office while hitting at Democrats as being largely responsible for the lack of affordability in America. The president further predicting the best economic year ahead with trillions of new money pouring into the country and, quote, the largest tax break in history to come. Meanwhile, top Democrats are urging the party to hammer the affordability messaging heading into the 2026 midterm election season. Joining me now is Fox News contributor and 32 Advisors CEO Robert Wolf. Robert, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Great to see you, Maria.
You were among the economic advisors to President Obama. Are you surprised that the Democrats are able to talk about affordability as if they did not contribute to the affordability crisis?
Yeah, well, I think affordability, as you know, has been a crisis for, I think in this since COVID, we've had an issue. I mean, inflation went up during the Biden administration to a peak of 9+% in 22 and 23. I think that we're still in an environment, if you look at costs, where no disrespect to President Trump, but affordability is not a hoax. I mean, I think if you listen to some of your guests, you had a great show this morning, and you just talked about AI is powering the rally in the marketplace. Yes, but utility prices are at 2 times the pace of inflation because of the AI needs and because of crypto mining. So one, I think President Trump has an opportunity to go charge those companies, and so they're not being passed on to the consumer. Byron Donalds, I think, made a great point. He said that the GOP should have had a health care bill, and they need a plan. As you know, I'm not one that's for Medicare for all. I think Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, was needed in 2010, but it needs to be iterated. So, right now, if you look at what was written by our friends, Art Laffer and Steve Moore, they said Americans are angry about rising cost issues. So I'm glad that the president is moving to talk about the economy. To me, the two bookends is always about the economy and foreign policy, and everything else in between is kind of fluff.
I think, just to be clear, what President Trump has called a hoax is that the Democrats are acting as if they have the answer to affordability when, in fact, they contributed to it, if not started it, under the Biden years or even after COVID or even under President Obama by spending all of that money. I mean, I think what President Trump is saying is that it's a hoax for the Democrats to say that they have the answers when, in fact, they started the fire, if you will. That's what he means when he says it's a hoax. He's not saying affordability is a hoax. He's saying the Democrats owning the issue is the hoax.
Well, I would probably disagree on how he's articulated it. I don't think he's actually said it that way. But if he did, let's see what he does. I mean, listen, Maria, we can blame it on Obama. We can blame it on Biden. The president is the president. Right. He has the executive branch. He has Congress. And they should be doing things that help hardworking Americans. I think that the big, beautiful bill have a few things that are important, and they have a few things like I think that's going to hurt the individuals. I mean, let's just talk about tariffs. You and I agree on some of it, disagree on some of it. I think it should be used as a blunt instrument. I mean, we saw... I was just with an executive over the weekend in Miami. We were talking about beef prices. I mean, there's a reason why he's looking at the possibility of collusion in the beef industry. If you look about tariffs on, coffee, and you look at bananas, there's a reason he brought it down. There's a reason that Kevin Hassett is speaking about housing affordability. Let's be clear. There are real issues out there on affordability. And I actually think the president's populist message is what got him elected. And I think now he needs to execute that plan.
So let me get your take on the cost of health care, because the president is pledging better health benefits at a lower cost for citizens. He's planning to meet with major insurance companies as Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire next week. House Democrats are pressing to extend the expiring Obamacare subsidies, as you know, and they're already looking ahead to the potential for a looming federal funding deadline as potential leverage in that fight. But, Robert, the president has done deals with healthcare companies to come up with this most favored nation status so that America gets the best prices, or get them to lower prices for Medicare. How would you assess the president's efforts on health care so far? Putting aside the fact that we're talking about the need for another health care package, the president has done what he can do in terms of executive orders and meeting with these health care executives, these pharmaceutical CEOs, to get them to commit to lower prices. Is that not a big deal?
Yeah, I think, listen, I'm not here to diss the president. I like that he did the warrior dividend on housing. I like
Yeah, that
what he
was
did
good.
on the pharmaceutical, aspect. I think that's an important platform. Just to talk about healthcare, there's a deal to be done. You're talking about a deal maker in the president's. So there's a deal to be done. What I would do is I would actually extend the Medicaid subsidies for those that make 400,000 and less. And then you're talking about impacting some lower amount of those that are currently need that extension. So there's a deal to be done. One, I'm absolutely not for a shutdown, and I really don't like the idea that we're going to have another continuing resolution. I think we should
Right.
be passing budgets and we should be passing deals. But there's a deal that the president can do. And I think if there was an up and down vote where we actually extended the Affordable Care Act, but it was income adjusted, I think you'd get everyone to say yes to it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, you wonder if, in fact, this is going to be the hot button issue going into the midterms. What do you think the midterms, how do they play out, Robert, real quick?
I mean, listen, it's about a year weighs a lifetime. I mean, certainly the Democrats have outperformed dramatically to date. I think we do better with moderates like Spanberg and Mikey Sherrill. I'm a moderate.
Yeah.
But listen, I would say both the Democrats and the Republicans, they kind of lean to a populist message right now. It's an America first kind of idealism. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think that my issue is, the fringes just don't work. I think
Right.
to get stuff done, I won't swear to, but to get stuff done, you need the votes. And right now, the best way to get votes is some sort of moderation.
Yeah, and everybody just wants to see people come together. So there's that as well. Unity is important for the nation. Robert, always a pleasure to see you. Sending you
Thank
best
you.
wishes for a great holiday and a happy and healthy 26. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you
Best
soon.
to you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Robert. And I want to thank Ashley Davis and Adam Johnson for joining us this morning. Great to have you both, guys. We'll be right back. You're watching Mornings with Maria, live on Fox Business.